me, Maria Shakil. The political storm over the inauguration of the new parliament building continues to escalate. 20 opposition parties, which includes the Congress, the Trinamool Congress, Aadmi Party and the BRS, have decided to boycott the inauguration on Sunday. The opposition parties released a joint statement accusing the centre of sidelining the president. They have accused the Prime Minister of insulting the office of the President by leading the inauguration ceremony, demanding the new parliament be unveiled by the first citizen of India. The opposition has also accused the Prime Minister of assaulting democracy, adding that the centre has relentlessly followed Parliament by stifling the voices of opposition, even saying that the new Parliament building has been built in an autocratic manner. Home Minister Amit Shah says the invitation to all parties still stand and did not want to comment on their attendance. Since the UPA era, there have been multiple demands, including from Congress leaders. The new parliament is a symbol of Atmanirbhar Bharat and truly reflects the spirit of modern India. Is the opposition then guilty of moving the goalpost over protocol? Is it petty politics, or is it a valid stand to demand the president to lead the inauguration of the new temple of democracy?
Importance which has to be given to the president is not being given. They don't have the decorum which it should be having and which they should be following. So in protest of that, I think the opposition parties have decided to boycott the inauguration of the parliament.
We are committed to the Constitution of India and we are committed to safeguarding it. That is the signal. While the government and the Prime Minister is committed to destroying the Constitution of India.
हमने तो भारत सरकार ने सबको विनंती किया है कि आप उपस्थित रहिए, सब अपनी अपनी भावना के अनुसार करेंगे।
पहले इनकी पार्लियामेंट की कार्रवाई के बाइकाट की सनद अब पार्लियामेंट के बहिष्कार की साजिश में बदल गई है। ये समझ गए कि 2024 में शून्य बटे सन्नाटा होने वाले हैं।
Past inaugurations of legislative buildings, which raises the question, is this politics or a valid clash over protocol? In 1975, Indira Gandhi inaugurated the Parliament House Annex C. 1981, Indira Gandhi inaugurated the new Maharashtra Assembly. In 1987, Rajiv Gandhi laid the foundation stone of the Parliament Library building. 2010, it was Dr. Manmohan Singh, then Prime Minister, inaugurating the Tamil Nadu Secretariat. 2011, Dr. Manmohan Singh and then Congress President Sonia Gandhi inaugurated the Manipur Assembly. In 2014, you had the Jharkhand and Assam's chief ministers laying the foundation stone for their new assemblies, but the governors, in fact, not being invited at all. In 2018, the Andhra Chief Minister laid the foundation stone of the new assembly, but the governor was not invited. 2019, Bihar Chief Minister inaugurated the Central Hall in the Bihar Assembly. Very recently, Sonia Gandhi laid the foundation stone of the new Chhattisgarh Assembly. The governor was not invited. And this year, Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao inaugurated the new assembly building. Let me bring in my guests then. Is it about protocol or petty politics? Shazia Ilmi, BJP spokesperson, joining me live. Sujata Paul, Congress spokesperson. Jyotsna is TDP spokesperson. We have Biswajit Deb of the TMC and Professor Kapil Kumar, historian. Before I bring in the leaders in opposition, Shazia, since you will be the one who has to do heavyweight lifting in defending the move, and also Professor Kapil Kumar, I want to understand from you. Look at what this letter, which has been, the joint statement which has been released by 20 parties says. It says that the president is the head of the state and she is the one who summons, prorogues and addresses the parliament. So it's all appropriate for the first citizen of India to inaugurate the new parliament building, then why is the Prime Minister doing?
First of all, Maria, many congratulations to you, to your viewers, all the panelists present on this great opportunity and time when we have a new temple of democracy free from the colonial legacy. Totally made in India, by India, for India. So many congratulations to all of you. No, I don't have to do any heavy lifting whatsoever. We know, you just gave numerous examples. I can tell you about 485 schemes of central, state, memorials, agencies, medical colleges, named on Gandhi, Nehru, but I won't even go there.
No, but this is the Parliament of India.
First it was about the need. First it was about the rationale of the new parliament or the central vista. And we remember what has been happening for the last 3 years, at least, over this issue. What happened after that? We showed and came up with 2012 proposal of Congress party, which proposed the very same parliament, only with 3 times more the money, and yes, a decade before. So imagine the scope of corruption in that plan and how it didn't happen. Now, first it was about the rationale and need for a building, a new building. Then it became about the proposed expenditure. Lots of falsehood, lots of stories, lots of newspapers carried out stories about 20,000 crores, which would be a vanity case of this Prime Minister. What was the truth? That crores and crores, you know.
So basically, Shazia, if I were to sum up your point, you are essentially saying that the criticism is consistent.
I have not made my point.
And it is from day one.
No, I'm not saying that. Third point. So not the rationale, not the expenditure, they were found floundering. Third, about the protocol. I think the petty politics has taken over.
Okay.
They were attacking the Prime Minister. They were not attacking the Lok Sabha Speaker. They were not attacking the President of the country. It was Prime Minister who braved all their attacks and the onslaught and barrage of criticism. And now when Prime Minister should be given credit, and forget about given credit, the Lok Sabha Speaker has invited him.
Okay.
What is the problem? So they want to abuse Prime Minister and vilify him, and they don't want to give him any credit, and also for all the things that they have done all throughout every CM and Parliament and Prime Ministers. Manmohan Singh, Tamil Nadu Legislature.
Go ahead.
Indira Gandhi, Annexi.
Rajiv
Gandhi,
in your defense, can you continue to put out this joint statement? Of course, this is uniting the opposition. But is it just about that from day one you have been opposing the Parliament project, talking about it as some kind of vanity project of Prime Minister Modi? So you're only continuing with what has been a consistent opposition to it.
You know, the reason for what is happening today is only vanity and nothing but vanity. And why do I say it? Because let's go back to the National War Memorial inauguration in 2019. Well, the President is the Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, but who inaugurated the National War Memorial? The Prime Minister. Who was not invited? The Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces. Were the chiefs of three armed force staffs present? Yes, they were. So this clearly means that Mr. Prime Minister Narendra Modi wants credit for everything. That's fine. His government will always get credit for whatever is happening at this point of time. But then let's come to the Bhumi Pujan. What happened during the Bhumi Pujan? Honorable President then, Ram Nath Kovindji, he's a Dalit. And that is why he was not allowed to do the Bhumi Pujan, because that could have happened at that time. And the Prime Minister could have inaugurated at this time. And now we have the Mool Nivasis, the original inhabitants of India, and Adivasi president, no less, a woman. And that would have made us so proud, because as a woman, you know, our fight is always so difficult. Can you just wait? I didn't speak a word.
Exactly.
So, can you just wait? So
why wouldn't you have her as a president?
Why wouldn't you ask the Prime Minister?
Clearly, Yashwant Sinha was no match to.
Why is she speaking in between? I don't understand. Does she have verbal diarrhea?
No,
Can
please. Sujata, go ahead.
So what I'm saying is, that the Honorable President, being a woman, should have been accorded this respect even more, because the Prime Minister keeps saying talking about respect for women, and he says he understands how difficult the fight for women is. So this was that opportunity for him to show that he practices what he preaches. But no, this is vanity, and he wants credit for everything. This is okay if he is the leader of the Bharatiya Janata Party. But now, as a leader of the country, as the Prime Minister of the country, he should have accorded the due respect to the President of India, a woman.
Okay,
and
so
why?
their point is, so you are disregarding a Adivasi woman, Shazia Ilmi. They're concerned about the president. Why is the BJP sidelining an Adivasi president?
Well, she's a president because of our party, and because we are proud to have had her as our choice, as compared to Sujata Paul's choice of Yashwant Sinha. So, I mean, please, let me scoff at your sudden respect you show, respect you show for Adivasi woman who you fought tooth and nail. You did not want her to be the president. Shame on you. Shame on you. And now you're using that. Now you're using that card against Modi. And you think you're fools? Do you think we can't see through your love for a Mahamahim, for a Rashtrapati? Listen, this is just your politics talking. In fact, you all, do you know, I want to tell everybody who's watching this, I want to give you all a fact. When the Honorable and Respectable Mahamahim, our Lady President, Droupadi Ji, called for a meeting, and this happens every year before the budget, all of them boycotted her. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary, YB Patil made fun of her, said dirty, filthy things about her. And now suddenly you talk about, our president.
Okay, let's look at the office of the president, because now the entire focus is on the office of the president, and is the Prime Minister, by inaugurating, sidelining the office of the president. Professor Kapil Kumar, just a quick recap of what is being said by that, Parliament Annexee and a library was inaugurated, and by the then Prime Minister, and this is not the whole Parliament. And doesn't the Constitution say the President is its head because she convenes Parliament, prorogues it? How appropriate is it for the Prime Minister to inaugurate the new Parliament building?
Does the opposition consider the President as the constitutional head of the Parliament? If that is so, he or she is the constitutional head of the Parliament, then why do they boycott the session of the Parliament being addressed by him or her? Please.
Okay. So you want that response?
Expressions only.
You want that response from Biswajit Dev?
No, please let me complete.
Okay,
let me complete. Let me complete.
Okay.
Your analysis itself would have been sufficient to give them an answer. Now today she's saying Prime Minister, he is the Prime Minister of India. Madam, where were you when your Manishankar Iyer went to Pakistan and sought Pakistani's help to remove a democratically elected Prime Minister of India? Was he not Prime Minister of India then? Why this hypocrisy? And all these things I tell you, they need some...
You will not do that. If you are a historian, give the facts.
Yes, Sujata Patel, Sujata Paul, I am a historian, and that's why I will not take rubbish.
Talking about
I will not take hypocrisy. You answer my fact, whether Manishankar Iyer did it or not, whether you boycotted the president's session or not. Am I speaking lies?
In 1970...
Answer me that, both the questions I have raised. Can you answer? Do you have any answer to that?
Do
you have any answer that why Indira Gandhi, Rajiv Gandhi, why Sonia Gandhi inaugurated assembly buildings, ignoring the governor who's the constitutional head of the assemblies? Can you answer that? Stop this hypocrisy and fooling the public of this country. You people are frustrated. You want to come in power. Your Satta ki Havas will carry on doing these things till 24.
Okay.
When you are...
Okay, we have others as well. Biswajit Dev, we are seeing unusual, opposition unity on this particular issue. Is the opposition right now, forgetting that if the Congress really had a vision or the scale, then they should have gone and constructed a new Parliament building? No. My question is, the point being made by one of the BJP leaders, I want to understand from you. that when they went ahead with incremental increase in infrastructure or small installations which were inaugurated by then Prime Ministers, they could have thought about the scale and gone for the new Parliament building.
Why?
Well, nothing unusual. This is the opposition unity which will continue in the coming days also. Now, let us forget everything. Now, let us just come to Article 79 of the Constitution of India. And what does it say? It says that there shall be a parliament for the union which shall consist of the president and the two houses to be known as Council of States and House of the People. That is what Article 79 says. And if it consists of the president and the two houses, which is the Council of States and the House of the People, how can you boycott the president? How can you say that no, it is the Prime Minister who will inaugurate? How can you say that I will not invite the President of India? You see, Parliament is the foundation. Parliament is the foundation of democracy.
So you are saying that the Speaker should have extended an invitation to the President.
Is
that the point that is being made?
Prime Minister Modi cannot say.
Okay. You know, because if you look at
my point
the joint statement.
Please let me say.
Yes.
Please let me say.
Yeah, yes.
I am absolutely on the Constitution. I am on Article 79, which says that Parliament will consist of the President, the Constitution of the Parliament. And you are saying about 1979 being inaugurated by the Parliament Annex being inaugurated by Indira Gandhi. You see, in 1970, the foundation stone was laid by the then President, late V.V. Giri, and the inauguration was done by Indira Gandhi. But here, you see, it is Prime Minister Modi only. Because Prime Minister Modi's vision is I, myself, and me, and nothing else.
Okay, Shazia, will you respond to this? I, me, myself is the charge that is coming towards the BJP. And why is the President not invited? I mean, she could have been extended an invitation.
You know, in each of the cases that you mentioned at the beginning, why has it always been about the Chief Ministers and the Prime Ministers? I mean, I can say the same thing, but the fact is, I can ask this question. You know, this is not about basic political science, because we know who is the head of state in India and what is the role of the President and the Prime Minister. The fact of the matter is that they ran a whole campaign vilifying, and Prime Minister bore the brunt of this idea, which has now come out as a new temple of democracy, and only because
I am on the Constitution of the Parliament. How the Parliament is constituted, and the Constitution clearly says that how the Parliament is constituted. It cannot be without the President.
We all know that you have.
It cannot be without the President.
Don't scream.
Inauguration.
It just shows you're losing.
No,
if you keep screaming your guts out, nobody will hear to stand up saying, I'm calling you out. You did not care either about the President or the Speaker, who you have accused mercilessly. You are immersed in Modi hatred. I'm very happy that our Prime Minister is inaugurating. Lok Sabha Speaker has invited him. I can say why you're wearing a yellow shirt and I'm wearing a black. There are no answers to that. So, you know, so we all know, and we also know that we don't care about our President. Just like we know what is the deep hatred you have for the Prime Minister. The whole world is in awe of Modi magic.
Okay, tell me.
Sulking.
No. Shazia, if there is a specific question, Shazia, is there a specific question related to Constitution? You can respond to that.
No,
why make it? No. Why make it about history? Of course, the Supreme Court said that this was the opposition to the entire Central Vista was wrong.
Why not the Prime Minister? But why not? When Manmohan Singh can go around inaugurating Tamil Nadu assemblies, and Sonia Gandhi can do this with Andhra Pradesh assemblies and all of that, the House of Legislature. Our Prime Minister, who bore the brunt of this false vilification campaign, should not do it.
Where does the TDP stand? I can't see TDP's signature in this list.
Trying to cause fissures. When we all know how deeply divided you all are.
Yes.
You can spill your guts out as churlish losers. No, nobody is convinced. The fact is,
Okay,
we're
we have the
immersed in
TDP
petty
spokesperson
politics,
who hasn't spoken.
Modi
Can I
hatred,
get her view,
and
please?
Instead of showing up,
A little patience and respect would help. Yes, go ahead, Jyotsna. Jyotsna, you have to unmute yourself.
I'm unmuted.
Yes, please, go ahead, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you loud and clear.
Yeah. So, thank you. Good evening to each and everyone in the panel and also all the audience out there who is watching us.
Yes.
Here, I would like to tell one thing. Definitely, it's a pride, a moment full of pride for the country, and we would definitely welcome this. And also, a little, I think I would say, I was surprised at certain parties, passing on some hypocritic statements. See, it is about extending an invitation by the Lok Sabha Speaker, and the Lok Sabha Speaker has extended the invitation. Whoever is feeling convenient and according to their convenience would go to the particular event. Like, TDP was invited, we have been extended an invitation, but on the same day, on May 28th, it's the centenary celebrations.
So then, Jyotsna, you are not in agreement with what these 20 parties are saying, that the president is being sidelined and it is wrong on the Prime Minister's part to inaugurate the Parliament building.
No, let me, when I told you the moment earlier saying that hypocritic statements by certain parties, I am not objecting for all the parties. Like, for example, if you take TRS/BRS, the party from Telangana, which I think a month back they inaugurated the new secretariat. The governor was not called on, and they today come out and say that no, this is wrong, the president is not called. Isn't it hypocrisy? Isn't it politics? So I am against that. TDP just believes that it's a moment, and probably whoever is extended an invitation, they should be probably, if according to their convenience, they should be probably
Sujata,
willing to go there.
Why
did
the Congress not call out Mr. KCR when he went ahead and inaugurated the assembly recently?
We are talking about the parliament, and we live in
so there are examples of various state assemblies as well in which the governor is also not being invited. So if you have to raise objection on one, you should actually show the precedent in which you have been right.
Maria, when we talk about the parliament, it is the temple of democracy located in the capital of the country, and that is the union government that we are talking about. And that union government, which is very, very important, yes. And when you start digressing into various states, I think we are belittling the issue. Because like I said, that, I was giving you some facts. When you talk about the parliament annexee or the library, they are not the main building. It is a structure where every Indian should feel that they are part of it. So if the Prime Minister is there, that's perfectly fine. But why is the President not there? That's the point. And secondly, like I've already mentioned about her being a woman, we'll not go into that again. I've mentioned about her being a tribal, I will not go into that. But I do want you to remember that when we talk about the Parliament Annex, in 1970, it was then President B.B. Giri who laid the foundation stone. The inauguration, yes, was done by Mrs. Indira Gandhi. So there was sharing of power. That is what democracy is. You spoke about the library, and the foundation stone was laid by the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi, but it was inaugurated by then President K.R. Narayanan.
Okay. So this inauguration and foundation stone laying ceremonies have been done by the Prime Minister and President in the past. Why shouldn't it be done this time as well? Professor Kapil Kumar, respond.
See, I am it's laughable. She mentioned Parliament as temple of democracy. Since when have they remembered that? That same Parliament during emergency, what was it converted to? That an emergency putting the constitution aside of this country was rectified by these people in the Parliament. So please, let them not call Parliament a temple of democracy, how they have treated the Parliament. Second thing.
You're talking like a spokesperson. BJP, stop doing that. You're a historian. Give facts.
Yes.
You're not going to give facts. You're
Answer me, madam. Did your parliament did not rectify emergency in the constitution, and you are calling your parliament the way you acted as democracy, as temple of democracy? You have any answer to that? Go and read history. I have seen that period. You must not have seen that period, madam. And please tell her not to interrupt. I didn't interrupt between anyone. Let them have answered at their own turn. Maria, please tell them not to interrupt.
Okay,
Second
go ahead,
point.
Professor Kapil Kumar. Yes.
Second point. A party which maintained the colonial legacy, 15th August 1947, which made the first Governor General Mountbatten the last person of British Empire who had crushed and ruled us over 170 years as their first Governor General of the Indian Dominion, and fooled this country by saying it is complete independence. A party which took 57 years could not decide that which statue should be put at the canopy in Red Fort. A party which continued with the name of Rajpath. The Raj had gone long back, the legacy of that. What are they talking about? Should I give more evidences? Go and see Mr. Menon papers in Nehru Memorial Library only. I'll give you certain things. A party which sent its Indian Air Force plane.
Okay. Let me give another argument to this. Let me give another argument to this, and then Shazia and Biswajit, they both can respond. Shazia, you know, your government so far has been saying that you are setting a new template going forward. Then don't you think it would have been, you know, best in terms of visuals also to have the president's presence?
Why? Because the opposition thinks so. We are extremely proud of our president. We have given India's first tribal lady president. And so just because they're using the president's name only to scowl, only to you know, show the prime minister in poor light. Do you think we will allow them to do this? They don't set the agenda for us. Okay. We know what we feel for our Prime Minister and for our President.
Okay, we have two more leaders.
Where magnanimity could have been shown.
Jyotsna of TDP is not in agreement.
Prime Minister
she is of the opinion that parties such as BRS and others are being hypocritical in raising issues, because only recently there have been so many examples. There have been so many examples, such as, you know, Telangana Chief Minister inaugurating the new assembly building in the past. Number of chief ministers have gone ahead and not even extended invitation to the governor. Biswajit Dev. So when you talk about parliament, shouldn't you be also calling out other parties in opposition who have not followed the protocol?
Prime Minister Modi.
Problem is that you have to oppose Modi ji.
Parliament, I am again repeating.
Yeah, exactly. Prime Minister Modi.
Parliament is the foundation of democracy, and unfortunately Prime Minister Modi does not accept that, and the reason is this: he wants his own publicity. For him it is I, me and myself, nothing else, and that is why he is bulldozing the democracy.
Did you watch what happened in Australia and Papua New Guinea? Are you watching the news at all?
Okay, Jyotsna, what will you be telling the Congress and the TMC? Both of them are on the panel, and they are of the opinion that 28th will be about BJP and Prime Minister Modi.
Do you know what the American president said about a Prime Minister?
Jyotsna on the screen.
Please do not judge a Prime Minister.
Go ahead, Jyotsna. What will you be telling these political parties?
Yes. I would just request them not to politicize everything. That's I think, a formal request we would extend to all the political parties. But yes, probably certain things even the government could take into consideration, and probably invitations could be extended to all. That's our final take. And as far as TDP is concerned, the same day is the centenary birthday celebrations of our founder president. So we are giving more importance, and our utmost priorities for that as of now.
All right. Thank you so much. Professor Kapil Kumar, Jyotsna, Biswajit Dev, Sujata Paul and Shazia Ilmi. We are slipping into a short break. Up next, after the Congress party's stellar victory in Karnataka, faith politics returns as the Congress mulls revoking the hijab ban. That debate when I return. Stay with us.
It was a vanity now, then how come, can you please connect the echo? There's an echo.
We'll fix that. Yeah, but go on.
If this was a vanity in 2022, how come it was a priority in 2011-2012 where Mr. Jairam Ramesh and no less than Meera Kumar, the speaker, herself gave approval for the new building? So 2012 mein priority, but now it has become vanity. So this shows the hypocrisy, and Congress is the mother of hypocrisy. Now as far as the president is concerned, first of all, on the constitutional scheme of things, let me tell you, Zaka, the president heads the executive, the legislature is parliament, the parliament is headed is by the speaker has invited the prime minister, who also sits in parliament. The president actually doesn't sit in parliament. And if this was constitutionally incorrect, Zaka, not only the instances of Prime Minister Indira Gandhi and Rajiv Gandhi, who inaugurated various parliamentary installations, but let me show you something very interesting. This is the picture of the assembly of Manipur being inaugurated by whom? Not even the governor of Manipur or the chief minister, by Prime Minister Manmohan Singh. This is another interesting one. Tamil Nadu assembly, not by the governor, by Sonia Gandhi and Manmohan Singh. And this is Tripura assembly. Now pray and tell me, if the president should be inaugurating the parliament building, then how come Prime Minister Manmohan Singh was inaugurating assembly buildings? Shouldn't it have been the governor? But forget that also. If they have so much newfound respect for the honorable president, they should now start by saying sorry that we did not vote for her. Instead, we voted for a turncoat like Yashwant Sinha. And they must also tell us that this is the same Congress party, and Ajay Kumar is joining us, who called her a person, quote unquote, of evil mindset.
Okay.
In fact, the JMM took opposition to that. So much for the Samman for Droupadi Murmu ji, they boycotted her first speech. So please, I think this newfound respect that they have, having said that, it doesn't evade the fact that Congress, every project which is done in national interest, they do a U-turn and they start opposing it. Perhaps this time because they're not getting to eat any commission out of it. So maybe that's why, or maybe because they don't like Atmanirbhar.
Let me ask Riju Datta, as we await Dr. Ajay Kumar's line to be put through. Riju Datta, today the TMC has become the first opposition party to officially say that you will not be part of the inauguration ceremony on Sunday. Now, I said this at the opening of my show as well, that this parliament building is going to long outlast Modi. Modi, is not going to be in power forever. But this parliament building is for all parliamentarians, for ruling party and for opposition. So tomorrow, those who are in opposition could be in power. Why don't you see this in the spirit of democracy, that this institution is going to far outlast individuals? And therefore, when a new institution is being inaugurated, you should be part of it. Why are you boycotting it?
Right. Zaka, like you rightly pointed out, it's the temple of democracy. Now, if I am not very wrong, the other two big democratic nations, like the United Kingdom of the United States, their parliaments have been standing resolute since the 1700s. So all of a sudden, the Congress before and now the BJP have wanted this. Now when the Central Vista project started, I clearly said it and my party said it, that when it was started, it was in the midst of the COVID crisis where people were gasping for breath and dying due to lack of oxygen in Delhi. This project was being continued. Now, third point, we always believe that the president should inaugurate. Now, the counter claim that BJP said that Rajiv Gandhi opened the parliamentary library, they opened the Vidhan Sabha. Okay, if there is an annex building that the speaker can inaugurate, if there is a chai ka tapdi tomorrow inside the parliament, Shahzad can also inaugurate. But as the largest, as the temple of democracy, which will house the upper and the lower houses, we believe the head of the constitution, the president should inaugurate. This Shahzad said, we supported Yashwant Sinha. My leader Mamata Banerjee clearly came out and said, if BJP would have announced their candidate, Miss Murmu, right at the onset, we would have supported Miss Murmu. So there is no contest.
No, Riju, but once again, you are saying, oh, you opposed it in 2020 when there was COVID and people were gasping for breath. That was 3 years ago. This is 2023, and this parliament building is probably going to be there for another 50, 60, maybe even 100 years. Right? The question then is, why are you opposing something that is going to far outlast individual political personalities who may be there right now?
Because it is absolutely based on fundamentals. Prime Minister Modi, even though he is the Prime Minister of India, he is also the largest and the only leader of a political party that we oppose. So instead of him, I think when all the opposition parties are united and at dagger's head with the BJP, who is spearheaded by Prime Minister Modi, rather than making it a photo of the BJP, this might have, to keep politics out of it, this should have been inaugurated by the president, who is completely non-political, and there wouldn't have been any politics over it.
Okay,
It
let me bring in Dr. Ajoy Kumar. Let me bring in Dr. Ajoy Kumar of the Congress. Dr. Ajoy Kumar, you heard from Hardeep Puri, the minister today, saying that in 1975, when the Parliament Annexi building was opened, it was opened by the then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi. In 1987, when the library building in Parliament was opened, it was opened by the then Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. If it is kosher for two former Prime Ministers of the Congress party to inaugurate new buildings that have come up within the Parliament complex, why is it not kosher or not okay for the current Prime Minister to inaugurate the new Parliament building?
So, Zaka, according to this logic, what you're trying to...
Some big breaking news coming in from Pakistan, where Imran Khan's key aide, Fawad Chaudhry, has quit politics. He took to Twitter to make that announcement. He said, with reference to my earlier statement where I unequivocally condemned 9th May incidents, I have decided to take a break from politics. Therefore, I have resigned from party position and parting ways from Imran Khan. Why is he saying that he's parting ways from Imran Khan, Abhishek? He could have very well said that I'm just quitting politics. What does he mean? Does it mean some kind of pressure is building on Fawad Chaudhry to really put out this kind of statement?
Maria, clearly, what is seemingly happening in Pakistan is probably something is very deep going back channel, because the way the senior leadership of party PTI is leaving Imran Khan is very astonishing, and something which is not understandable, because until like 24 hours, 48 hours ago, they were, very voicing their all support, very aggressively standing by Imran Khan. In fact, a couple of days ago only, we had seen how Fawad Chaudhry was chased by police in Islamabad High Court, and he escaped them and jumped back to the Islamabad High Court premise to avoid any arrest. So clearly, he was also being coerced by law officials. Many cases were slapped against him also in the recent past. So whether this is the government's tactics, coercion, or legal pressure that is forcing the senior leadership to leave Imran Khan, or it is something else that is brewing up, or some new alliance or new party is going to be created in Pakistan, we'll have to wait for that. But this is clearly not something that is on the surface of it. There must be something deep that is brewing in politics of Pakistan, where the senior leadership of PTI is deserting Imran Khan's ship.
Yes, so is Fawad Chaudhry the first one, or will there be others following him?
So we just had yesterday Shireen Marazi leaving PTI, and she said that she clearly said that she's broken down, because just a few months ago she had lost her husband, and the way the new government is trying to push them into jail and in and out. It's almost 3 times she's been in and out of jail in the recent weeks only. So clearly her family is taking a priority now, and this is why she had announced that she's going to take a break. Yesterday also we were having this Shah press conference at somewhere around evening, and people were speculating that he might also announce that he is going to leave Imran Khan. But fortunately for Imran Khan, he is still sticking around.
So
and he's
Shireen Marazi and now Fawad Chaudhry, both of them announcing that they are deserting Imran Khan, parting ways from Imran Khan. Any word from Imran Khan, because there seems to be no camp Imran Khan anymore?
Right now, we don't have much of any commentary coming from Imran Khan. He is very smart, and he explains in very detailed and very passionate manner his cases, his defense. But what today's development had been that after Fawad Asif's commentary that PTI could face a ban, and government is mulling an option on that. Okay. There was a statement from PTI's lawyer sales chief that Ali Zafar, that if in case that happens, there would be a case that will be challenged, and that will be in Supreme Court. So while PTI is mulling all the legal and constitutional option, They cannot probably afford to, keep their
is it
back together.
is it only getting tough for Imran Khan, Sushant Sareen?
Yeah, I think that's a no-brainer now. I think the Imran, I don't see any immediate political future for Imran Khan. His party is going to be completely dismantled. It will be left with people who can't win a resident welfare association election. And he will be left completely isolated and desolate. And that could be before he is probably going to be put in jail. Because he's still trying to show that he has some fight left. But I think politically, he's history. As long as Asim Munir is the army chief, he's not going to give a look into Imran Khan. And Asim Munir could be there for
will Imran Khan, like other former Pakistan prime ministers, also go in exile? Will he be also, exiting from Pakistan to save his life?
I don't entirely rule out that possibility, but I don't think there is going to be much appetite to let him go into exile because, sitting outside Pakistan, he could cause even more damage to the current regime. His cronies already have caused enormous damage by lobbying in the US, in the UK and other parts of the world. And if Imran Khan is out there, then it becomes even tougher to silence him. So I think they'll keep him in Pakistan and they'll silence him in Pakistan, probably put him in jail, probably disqualify him. Quite possible. There are rumors that his party might be proscribed. That's also possible.
After Shireen Mazari, now it is Fawad Chaudhry deserting Imran Khan. Is it all closing in and getting more difficult for Imran Khan? A story we'll continue to track very, very closely. Shifting focus now to the hijab ban debate, which has been reignited in Karnataka. State Minister Priyank Kharge has said that the anti-conversion law and anything that halts the progress of Karnataka will be repealed. Congress MLA N.A. Harris has echoed the same sentiment, saying that what the BJP did was unconstitutional. He further added that personal choices must be respected. The BJP has hit out at the Congress, calling it a reverse engine government. Remember, the hijab row began in 2022 in Udupi when hijab-clad students were barred from a campus. In October 2022, the Supreme Court delivered a split verdict in the case. Justice Gupta was of the opinion that the Karnataka government was well within its rights to ban the hijab in educational institutions. He stated that the state government's policy upheld paternity among different communities. However, Justice Dhulia had stated that it was a matter of choice and the focus must be on equality and freedom of speech. A larger bench is yet to hear the case, but clearly faith-driven politics that dominated the narrative before elections is very much back in Karnataka.
ನಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ನಾವು ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಮ್ಯಾನಿಫೆಸ್ಟೋ ಹೇಳಿದೀವಲ್ಲ, ಗೊತ್ತಲ್ಲ ನಿಮಗೆ. ಅದು ಸಂವಿಧಾನದ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಅವ್ರು ಮಾಡಿರುವಂತದ್ದು. ಅದನ್ನ ಸಂವಿಧಾನ ಪರ ಏನಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕವಾದಂತದ್ದು ಅದು ಬಂದು ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿಯ ವೈಯಕ್ತಿಕ ಇದು, ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರು ಏನು ಹೇಳೋಂಗಿಲ್ಲ.
This is a reverse gear. There will be reverse gear government if it comes, and that's exactly they are proving our allegations. It is a retrograde steps these people are taking. This will not do anything good for the progress of the state.
And joining me on the broadcast is Karnataka Speaker UT Khadar. Mr. Khadar, really appreciate your time. At 54, you are the second youngest Speaker of the Karnataka Assembly after K.R. Ramesh Kumar. You're also the first Muslim to serve as Speaker of the Karnataka Legislative Assembly. Many would wonder why, despite you being a 5-time MLA, did not choose to become a minister and instead chose to become a neutral authority.
Thank you. A minister, anyone can be a minister anytime. It's not a big issue. But being a speaker, it is a great honor for heading a constitutional post and working with the rules and procedure of the legislation and with the in democracy. So I'm happy to take the charge as a speaker, and I will obey the order and suggestion of my High Command and my Chief Minister and Deputy Chief Minister also. So I'm happy in taking it as a charge as a Speaker of Karnataka. And I'm now a non-political person. I will take each and every equally. We'll see that our assembly runs with love and faith. There's no hatred between any political party within the assembly. That is my effort, so that we have to give a message to the people of Karnataka.
Since you're talking about hatred, there's one issue which had divided Karnataka like never before. And you were also at the forefront of opposing the way hijab ban was introduced in Karnataka. Now your party is in power and Amnesty International has urged the government of the day to scrap the ban. Do you think the Congress government should immediately revoke it?
See, I'd like to tell one thing. The assembly, there was not hatred, was not there. The hatred government things were there. Now I'm a speaker, I don't commit anything. Because now I'm a non-political person, so I can't comment on issues. So the assembly, I'd like to say that I will, as a custodian of the assembly and taking care of the both ruling and the opposition party with the our team, we'll see that our assembly runs very smoothly and all will be love and faith, and we'll deliver taking the cooperation of the opposition also. The ruling party will deliver best of the best to the people in this country, in the state. And we want a model assembly which will be appreciated throughout India.
Okay, but Mr. Khader, you know, talking specifically, if the opposition BJP demands a discussion on hijab ban and the entire hijab controversy, will you be agreeing on it?
So I said, see, now as a speaker, what BJP says, what Congress says, now I can't comment on these things. I will see that everything according to the constitution and according to the democracy, we'll see that the assembly runs in a good way, which will benefit the people of Karnataka. And whatever the people of Karnataka should be got by the ruling party's manifesto, that will be reached to them.
Okay. Last year, Padma Shri awardee Abdul Qadir had said that the Muslim community should accept the Karnataka High Court's hijab verdict. He reportedly said that even Muhammad Paigambar had given a message that we should abide by the laws of the country. In such circumstances, what exactly are your thoughts, you know, because the jury is still divided on it, because it was a split verdict that came from the apex court.
Everyone in this country will follow the rule of law according to the this land, and they will respect the constitution and the law of this country, that everyone will follow it.
All right, Mr. Khader, really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Let me bring in my guests. Prashant GS is the spokesperson of Karnataka BJP. We have Lavanya Balal representing the Congress. Syed Aslam is spokesperson of JDS. And Ratan Sharda is an RSS researcher. So, Lavanya Balal, of the 5 promises that you made, is this something that is very important for your government in Karnataka?
Good evening, Maria. The 5 promises that we made to the state is very different. This is not part of the promises made in the manifesto. Is the 5 promises you're talking about is very different, and that's not it. But we would like to reiterate that we stand firm on refusing any bill passed by the previous BJP government that affects the state, that deters investment, that does not create employment, is unconstitutional and violates the rights of the individuals. We want to build an economically and socially just state in Karnataka.
Okay. Since you are talking about economics, then what exactly is the party's stand on what Priyank Kharge has said? He's a minister as well.
Which statement of Mr. Priyank Kharge are you talking about?
Yes. So, Mr. Priyank Kharge has, expressed his views on this entire point that has been made by Amnesty International, that there is a need to revoke the ban on women wearing hijabs in educational institutions, that how the ban forced Muslim girls to choose between their rights to freedom of expression and religion and the right to education, hindering their ability to meaningfully participate in society.
Exactly what I was saying just now. We will review every decision, every bill passed by the...
Okay, so every decision that has been taken by Prashant GS, the BJP government is on review, including this one.
Question, let me finish, Maria.
Yes, please. Go ahead, ma'am.
I was just saying that we will review every bill passed by the previous BJP government, which is not beneficial to the state. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Go ahead.
Maria, I think to start from where Lavanya Badal has ended, probably it is the course correction is not beneficial to state, beneficial to Congress, what they're talking about. Because now they've realized that on the ground, their promises are falling apart. Because already people are revolting, saying that the free power is not being given, or the 200 units. People are not willing to pay the bill in most rural areas. Your TV, including CNN, all channels have reported that. And about bus pass, there's already a huge amount of controversy saying whether it's for all women, only for BPL families, or in BMTC or KSRTC, a lot of issues are going on. Therefore, to divert the people from the promises or the fake promises that Congress has made, now they want to go back and reignite this issue of closed chapter of hijab, which the Karnataka High Court has stated that hijab is not an essential practice of Islam. And therefore, when it went to the apex court, a split verdict came. Therefore, as it stands today,
so closed chapters, closed chapters are being opened. Why, Lavanya Balal?
Maria, it is Congress is always about appeasement and playing communal politics. They're always doing this.
Lavanya
now, they
Balal.
also stated that they want to revisit the cow slaughter bill.
Okay, Lavanya Balal.
Has to be protected by constitution
Quickly.
also.
Yes,
Congress
Lavanya
wants
Balal.
to side with
Lavanya.
the killers of the cow. We have seen what happened in Kerala.
Yes.
The cow was slaughtered.
Prashant, if you could stop talking and let me talk, please. It's my turn to talk. I would also like to remind the BJP spokesperson, they were in denial about stealing the funds meant for SC/ST. Today, an FIR has been filed in the VS police station in the Ganga Kalyana scam, and the COD inquiry is beginning soon. So we are doing what we promised. We are giving Karnataka a corruption-free state, and the first step has already been taken. So we are reviewing every bill, including other bills that the BJP has passed. That means we have stopped this illegal sand mining and sign mining in the state as of yesterday. We have stopped all constructions of all departments passed by the BJP.
So then why is the BJP only looking at one issue? Because it began with the amnesty statement is also the point being made. Radhan Sharda, if you look at it, the Karnataka High Court dismissed pleas challenging the government order. And the government of the day then, that is the BJP government, has been rejected by the people of Karnataka. So if they are, looking at a possible review, then what is wrong in it?
See, first of all, I would say that I have no quarrel with the party which came very clearly what is going to do against Hindus or for minorities. They said very clearly, so they have right to implement their manifesto. My problem comes from other idea, that international bodies like Amnesty International will dictate the terms of a domestic state. Karnataka will be dictated by international agencies. The day Congress comes in power, all these international agencies suddenly become very active. Is it good for us? Secondly, when you say this is anti-constitutional, that is anti-constitutional, are you saying that high courts are not correct, Supreme Courts are not correct? Now you will decide what is constitutional, what is not constitutional. So you're trying to open chapters. And regarding the hijab, when you say that it is not essential, court says, and hijab was only about the issue of uniform in the schools, not hijab ban. Now you say that this should be okay. That means tomorrow if the minorities say that we will wear hijab in the police uniform or a military uniform, will Congress follow the suit? That is my question. And thirdly, why don't they start with the promises they gave about economic well-being, which they will take away 21% of the state budget, but come to those issues which actually don't do any good for the state, as they rightly point out. And lastly, when you say every bill has to be checked, this means you are behaving as a one kingdom and is not democratic transitions. Modi did not raise the issue of banking scams. When he got the power, he sought it, he'll correct it, then talk about that. Here we are trying to stop every work, going as you are conquering army, trying to take every act of this government as if it was against Karnataka.
Lavanya,
This is
quickly
very,
respond to what
very
Ratan
fictitious.
Sharda is saying, and then I bring in Syed Aslam of JDS.
I'd like to say 40% Sarkara has immersed itself in corruption in the last 3
All
years.
these are rhetoric, madam. All these are rhetoric.
To ensure.
Don't
Maria,
try
I
to
need to
defeat.
step in
Election
here.
is over.
Congress has got the
Election
mandate
is over.
now. If they're against talking 40%, we have to remind them of Rajiv Gandhi's statement of 85% corruption.
But the charges
Rajiv
won't
Gandhi
go
was
up.
on record to
Mr.
say that
Prashant, the
85%
charges won't
corruption
go
exists
up.
in Congress.
They have
And
come
Congress
to
is
power,
still
but the charges won't go up.
politically active. Why? Why are they doing that?
You know, you can talk
Why
over
are they
me. I'll
even then
keep
wanting to be in
talking
politics?
You have no decorum. I will keep talking over you as well, sir, when you talk. The point is simple.
Lavanya, what Congress is doing, we have to talk over you because you're trying to take a moral high ground where none exists.
Talking over you.
Lavanya, you know, the point here is that it all begins over what Amnesty International has said. So is Amnesty right in dictating what your state government should be doing, is the point.
Even more.
I'm sorry, Maria, are you asking does Amnesty have any right to dictate, or are you saying is it correct to dictate?
No, I'm saying does it have the right to dictate?
I don't think Amnesty International can dictate to any government, first of all.
Yes, but they have done that. If you look at their statement, it says immediately revoke the ban on women wearing hijab in educational institutions.
If I may complete my sentences, Maria.
Yes, please.
I would like to reiterate, we will look at the bills passed by the BJP government, political decisions taken by the BJP government which did not benefit the state in any way. Those decisions have to be revived for the greater good of Karnataka state. And if BJP has nothing to hide and is not scared of anything, they shouldn't be objecting to it, because the end goal, I'm sure, of the BJP also should be development of the state and making sure Karnataka is on a progressive path.
Fine, let me get Mr. Aslam. Your view, where is JDS on this entire debate?
Maria, see, it is not about Amnesty International dictating or anybody else dictating. We, the people of Karnataka, will dictate what exactly we want. Now, the question of hijab, the matter is sub judice in the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will definitely hear this case. But having said that, there is something called as Article 25. It gives the freedom of religion. It gives the freedom to practice, profess, and propagate the religion. And as per the fundamental rights, the girls are allowed to wear what they're supposed to wear. There is no one who can intervene into this. The governments cannot decide what the people need to eat, wear, or whatever they want to do. So it is none of the business of the government to decide what they have to eat or what they have to wear.
So why wasn't JDS so vociferous during the BJP government when they went ahead, particularly on that date in February 2022, and they issued a controversial order that such uniforms were compulsory in schools and colleges, and that no exception should be made for wearing of the hijab. Why didn't you take a stand then?
We definitely did take a stand, and we have condemned it in the first go itself. We have fought tooth and nail against it. But having said that, there's one more thing which we, we being the responsible opposition, we would want to tell the Congress. Congress has won the elections with a thumping majority. The people of Karnataka have huge expectations on you, ma'am. Now, there is an urgent need to constitute the cabinet immediately. You have your internal fights. I think you have to get your internal fights sorted out.
Yes,
there is a
I'm
huge demand. There's a huge expectation.
Lavanya, I'll give you 30 seconds in the end, but before that, Ratan Sharda, 30 seconds, quickly, Ratan Sharda, Mr. Sharda, go ahead.
What I said earlier, I'm repeating myself. Does the uniform allow you to show your religiosity? If today school uniform, tomorrow police uniform, then military uniform, will Congress accede to that demand also? Simple.
Lavanya, you get the final word.
Maria, before the Congress response, I would like to make a point. Insofar as the JDS position is concerned, or what Congress is wanting to do, let us understand that it is a diversionary tactic by the Congress, because already D.K. Shivkumar and Siddaramaiah are at loggerheads because of M.B. Patil's statement that D.K. Suresh and M.B. Patil are at loggerheads. They've made statements against each other. So to divert people from the internal politics of Congress, they are wanting to do this and reopen these issues. This is nothing but cheating the public of Karnataka. Of giving them
Okay,
the mandate.
final 30 seconds to Lavanya. Go ahead, Lavanya.
All I would like to say is Karnataka government, the current government, Congress government is focused on ensuring our girls are empowered, educated and independent and they have choices to make in life. We will
The matter is subjudice.
Yes. So hijab, according to the Congress government, is a choice and that's what they plan to do. Thank you so much. Prashant GS, Lavanya Balal, Sayyid Aslam and Ratan Sharda, thank you so much for joining us. That's all from me. I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Thanks so much for watching.
Good evening, hello and welcome. You're watching The Right Stand here on CNN News 18 with me, Poonam Burde. On Sunday, India will get a new parliament, a new and improved one, a building that has a shelf life of 150 years. It can accommodate more MPs than the existing one. It'll also be an earthquake-proof one. It'll have the vision of a new India as claimed by the central government. Now, it will be thrown open and dedicated to the nation this Sunday by the Prime Minister, 29 months after the groundbreaking ceremony. And much like back then in December 2020, this project continues to be in the midst of controversies even today. The new building, but the same politics. The opposition's charge is that the Modi-led government is breaching all protocols and undermining propriety with this vanity project. They claim that this is nothing but a PR exercise for the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister's very own vanity project is what they called it. Like I said, this new parliament building is mired in controversies ever since the announcement of the project, ever since the groundbreaking ceremony took place. And as far as that groundbreaking ceremony took place, the opposition alleged that the Bhumi Pujan was done by the Prime Minister as per Hindu rituals. Other religions were reduced to being bystanders, and that in itself is an affront to the basic tenet of the constitution, which is secularism. That was the allegation made back then. The Congress condemned the construction of the parliament building during the COVID-19 crisis as well. They asked whether providing supply of oxygen to people that were suffering was more important, or was the construction of the Prime Minister's Mahal more important? The Congress then called the Central Vista project a colossal waste of money. Last year, when Prime Minister Modi unveiled the national emblem atop the new parliament, the opposition claimed the lions in the emblem looked angry. They were aggressive and authoritarian, as this government is what they alleged. The opposition also attacked the government for not inviting them for the unveiling ceremony of the national emblem. Now, when this project plan was released, the Congress back then took a jibe at the new parliament and at the government. They claimed that the design was similar to that of United States' Pentagon. What was the problem in that, they never said, but they said, why copy something that already exists? Now, 19 opposition parties issued a joint statement today. They described in explicit detail the reasons for why they're opposing the inauguration of the new parliament building. They want President of India, Droupadi Murmu, to inaugurate the new parliament. They said it's not right for the Prime Minister to do so. The opposition claimed that the Prime Minister has completely sidelined the President and ignored and insulted the President's office. They called this move an undignified act. It insulted the highest constitutional position of this country, which is the President's office. In this particular statement that was released, the opposition alleged that the Prime Minister has relentlessly hollowed out the Parliament. Some very strong words were used in that statement, where the opposition said that the centre had sucked out the soul of democracy from the Parliament, which is why they don't feel the need for this new building at all, let alone them being in attendance when that inauguration happens. But is this criticism valid of the opposition? The central government and the BJP has outrightly rejected these allegations. They say it's nothing but a needless provocation and a needless controversy. The opposition is finding faults when none exist, is what the central government came out and said. They even cited precedents from the Congress's time to counter this criticism. Let's